Hello, good morning. Happy Thursday, guys. It's time for another Thrifty Thursday, and this is where we play with stuff that we've gotten through thrift stores or garage sales or gifted, and show that we can make great stuff without a lot of money. Now, caveat to this, we can still use our tools and our hardware and our inks because, you know, when are you going to find some nice distress inks at a thrift store? So that's our little extra plus. I want to try something today. So went to one of my favorite thrift stores over the weekend, and I got a whole collection of these cards that have the little mounting tape that I got a ton, guys. Probably close to, well, I kind of counted them. I don't know, 30, 50, probably 60, 70 cards in different sizes, all with envelopes. And it was like a total between the two packages, $5 maybe. So I thought, hey, fun times. So I want to try a technique. I was watching, I can't remember, I think Words and Pictures, to do some embossing, resist, and stamping. So I was playing along with it over the last couple days and had some fun, and now there's glitter everywhere, so apologies. But what I want to do is take this thrifted piece of paper. I've got my embossing powder, which I got at a garage sale years ago, a whole bunch. I got a couple new colors of ink. Buy one, get one free. So, and see if we can do a resist and then add some color. And hopefully the resist will, oh, bird. The resist will show some of the pattern behind. So we're going to give it a shot. Now, as I'm sitting here, I'm thinking maybe I should try to clean this off a little bit before we use it, because we don't want our stuff to become black. We want it to be clear. At least get some of that extra stuff off. Yeah, it's coming. Some of it's coming off. I should probably clean my stamps, but you know, lazy people don't do that. Other people that also aren't lazy also don't do it, but I am lazy, so we'll just say, we'll just admit it right now. Maybe instead of lazy, what I should say is I'm always excited to move on to the next thing. This stuff works pretty good. It's specifically to clean off the archival ink, which is what I use a lot of. All right, let's hope that that'll be enough to keep our, oh, look at that. That's good stuff. I don't, see, I'm surprised I so infrequently use it. I bought it, but okay. I think that's looking pretty good. And I chose this stamp, one, because I got it at a thrift store. Gross, there's something on it. But two, because it's got enough stamp surface that I think you'll be able to see some of the stuff behind. So what I did, I cut this into a 5-inch strip because we're going to want to have an outline. And I'm thinking, you know, we'll cut it here, or maybe we'll make more than one. We're just going to see how it goes. And I do have these other stamps. Also, I love this one, Nature Journal. Also from thrift stores that we can try if we find that this does not work as good as we want it to. Where'd my big ink go? I had it. There it is. Okay, let's give it a shot. This thing looks dirty, but it works. It works. So let's put a couple of these bad boys on there. So what's the special thing here with embossing ink? Embossing ink dries slower. It is completely and totally clear. it's really hard to see where you've actually stamped, but it's there. 'Tis there. Let's put another one right here. See what that does. Let's give it a shot. I'm going to use clear embossing powder. I don't have a whole lot of it left because I really played a lot with it the other day. I was watching and feeling envious of somebody that was using the Tim Holtz Distress Glazes, because they're so pretty and translucent. All right, we've got a good cover on there. However, I don't have any. And the only place you can get them locally is Michael's, and they didn't have the colors I wanted. And, you know, they're not cheap. And it was late. All the reasons why I didn't go to the store. But what I found, if you stencil with one of your colors, one of your Distress ink colors, and then put clear embossing powder over the top, it looks like a glaze. Here, I'll show you. I will show you. I tried a few different things, but here is, I gotta find the ones that were stamped with color, or stenciled with color. See how pretty is that? It's transparent, and that is just different colors of ink with clear, I can't get the shine. Oh, there we go. With clear embossing powder over the top. You got to be quicker because it doesn't stay wet as long. All right. Let's heat this baby up and see how it goes. I'll see if I can try to hold it. Usually if I hold it this way, you can kind of see. Okay, a trick when embossing, which I always forget to do, is give your heat gun just a minute to get, not a whole minute, but a second to warm up a little bit, and then you're less likely to for the air to blow the powder off before it has a chance to melt it. So, all right, so we can see we've got our leaves. God, talk much? Cripes. I guess I need another sip of coffee. Cheers. All right. Now, let's see what we maybe can do. And remember, it's only paper. If it doesn't work good, so what? Do I want a big one? No. Yes. Let me grab my big brush. Get any extra off of there. You can buy these craft stores. I get mine at the dollar store. I probably should check and see what color this is since I haven't used it before. Perfect. Ooh, this is a fun one. All right. Let's see what we can get for adding some background color here. We'll just, we can add a lot or a little, whatever you feel at the moment. And you can see that picture really starting to come out. And we'll go over it with a wipe or a wet paper towel, and it looks a little bit covered right now, but it won't. we'll be able to clean that off, because the ink will not stick to that embossing powder since it is fully melted. We've just got like a plastic resist. All right, let's see what peeled paint looks like. Hopefully beautiful, I'm sure. I'm just going for it. Ah, perfection. Oh, I love that. We'll just kind of blend it into the blue. Get ourselves a nice little bit of transition there. And I'm thinking we want a little bit of vintage. I might have to put this on something else. Look at that little bit of, this is very thin paper. That little bit of moisture just from the ink is enough to make that enough to make it buckle a little. So that's interesting. We're going to go into with a little bit of vintage photo. I'm not using archival. That is not going to blend the same. This is not an oxide, so it's not going to be quite as on top. Soaks more into the paper, but I think just a little will be nice. We still have a little bit of blending, not as quite as much as the oxides, but, and we'll go around and ink the edges and stuff too. But all right, let's take a peek at what we have here. I had wipes. I had them, I bought them, I put them on my desk, and they are gone. I can't find them to save my life. And I've done this over and over and over. And then I find them and I don't know where I put them again. Always somewhere where I know I'll find them. Are they sitting up there? Are you kidding me? These are not the ones, but I just looked up. Look at what I found in my stamps. For the love of God. Why would you put that in postage stamps? These aren't the new pack I bought, but these are an old pack and it's still white and we're just going to re-wet it. Good God. Some days, you guys, the struggle is so real. But, you know, artist problem, right? Okay, a little bit of a damp wipe. Now, let's see what kind of ink we can get off of that. Ooh, look at those lines. Look at those lines showing right up. Awesome. Oh, I love it. That's fun. I think it's a good time. Oh, that's pretty. And you could even go, you know, darker with the background if you wanted to. And really make it pop. In fact, you want to know what might look really cool? What if we took, I think I have a little thing of walnut stain somewhere. I'm almost positive I have that. There it is. Little thing of walnut stain. What if we took this little bitty brush and we did a little bit of a darker outline around, starting on it but then going around. That's what we must do. This is going to give a really neat, I think neat, you know, I guess it's a little arrogant assuming it's going to be fabulous. This is taking too long. Let's go a little bigger, shall we? Well, that's a lot more efficient. I think this is going to give a cool shadow effect. It's darkening up the little spaces between as well. I don't want to get too out of control here. In an attempt to be efficient, I might go overboard, but you know, guys, it's just paper. And you experiment at the beginning of your project a little bit, not, you know, I might not feel quite so open about it if I already had everything else done. But maybe, because still, even if you have everything done, it's still paper. Is that enough? A little bit more right here, perhaps. Okay. Now, swipe off. Oh, I really like that. We aren't even done cleaning it off yet, and I'm already happy. That's all right. A happy crafter is a good crafter, right? I am liking this. Liking that little extra contrast. It adds a nice layer of depth. And you of course could use a solid color for your embossing powder. That would certainly be an acceptable option. I wanted to see the lines though. I like that. We don't even have to go totally crazy, I don't think. You think that's gonna look pretty? I think so. Well, I didn't do the bottom. Well, sheesh. Looks like we need to add some more blue. Good thing we still have it. Just keep on going. We just adjust a little bit, right? I want that nice deep blue at the bottom. And because this is oxide and it has both pigment and dye in it, the dye soaks into the paper and the pigment sits on top. So that's how we're able to cover some of those lines. Better, I think. Let's see. Where shall we cut it? Maybe right below that blue line. This blue line? I think this is what I was talking about. Can still faintly see it. Enough to get it relatively straight. Okay. Definitely save this. So this will sit here. Now I want to put it on something that's going to make it stiff. Although we could keep it popped up in the middle, but I just think that looks a little messy. I'd rather have it a little bit stiffer. And so, what do we want to put it on? How about... We've got thick cardboard here, or just a moment. I have a thought. Well, I tell you what, it's garbage day, so of course it's the one day that we don't have any recycling sitting out in the kitchen that I can steal. But yes, I empty stuff out of the pantry so that I can use the boxes and art. So there you go. So I'm gonna cut a piece of this cardboard and use it to reinforce. I think it should be big enough. It looks like it's probably big enough. We could always do 2 pieces if we need to. But let's first get the majority of it out of our way. Yep. Now, can you see the writing through? I think just to be safe, we'll go like this. And we'll do it on this side. So I'm going to use a glue stick. Let me get a glue page. Well, I guess I could just glue right on here, huh? Uh-oh. Oh, here it is. Like, wait a minute. I left something somewhere uncovered. All right, make some space. Amber, make some space. Okay. Glue stick. Glue on the back. Anybody else break out into random song when you're crafting? Or am I just a little nuts? Or both. It could be both. Perhaps you also are a little, wait, don't line it up there, line it up here. Even though, yes, we will have to cut 2 sides, or all 4 sides instead of just 2. Now you can use, smart people would go like this. Then you're not getting anything on your ink. It's not sticking to your hands. You're burnishing it down really good. So that's what we're gonna do. No bubbles. Nice and smooth and stable. Now, what else are we going to want to put on there? How about, we could add some stamps. Little stampy collages. What else might, oh, I had, well, I don't know if we need it though. I had pulled out this thrifted piece thinking I would get some, I would just fussy cut out some of these roses, but I don't think it's really necessary. Do we want to, nope. I wonder if we're gonna end up not needing a whole lot of extra stuff on here. Got some, maybe some sayings in that little thrifty bucket over there. We could do a lace and a trim. Okay. This was not super planned, obviously. I got through step 1, emboss and ink. That was the extent of my plan for today. So I'm going to carefully cut this so I don't make a wonky edge. Because that would annoy myself and any of my particular friends. This will make it easier. Having it reinforced will also not just make it stand up better, but also make it easier to ink those edges. I'm not sure if we want to go vintage or walnut. I'm thinking, well, we'll start with vintage. I know I'm cutting really slow, guys. I just want to be careful and mindful of keeping it straight. Which means silence, right? Why is it so hard to cut a straight line and talk at the same time? I don't know. All right, where are you, brown? Right here. There's the brown one. Now I got 3 of these handles. Where's the other? Oh, clear over here. It's got black on it. Now, one thing that I tried, you can do this with texture paste as well. However, when you ink over it, it will tear up your, it will tear up your foam pads. So be aware of that. It's so fun to add and add and add, but sometimes it's okay to not do that. We can occasionally, I think, keep it simple. But that's easier said than done. Pretty. Oh, so pretty. Now I am gonna do the same on the card itself. However, I'm going to use the archival. This has, it's not a shiny coating, but it's something. So let's see how this is gonna, I just have a feeling that this might stick a little better than the Distress. Well, I mean, this is Distress also, but then the ink. This archival might be better. I'm gonna do all around, make it look like a nice finished project. We can do inside too. Oops. Yep, it's staying. All right, let's also do the inside. Little on the crease, because that's fun. And the inside doesn't have that same coating, whatever it is. It's almost like photo paper, where you can almost like scratch a little mark in it. I don't know, but I think this is fun. You know what you could do with this leftover piece is we could like add it to the flap. There. See how pretty. It doesn't even have to be extra. I almost don't want to put anything else on it, but it only has 2 things. I don't like 2, I like 3. Let's see, let me see if there's a saying or anything that I've got that we should add to this. 1 second. Okay, I think I found something. So I kind of like this "Thanks for being you." It has a little frame that it goes on, which is totally fine. There's also the "You are terrific," but it seems a little bit more whimsical than the rest of the look. So I don't have a lot of sentiments from the thrift store, but these popped into one of the things that I made. So I wonder if we want to put... No. Stop it. Remember? Don't go too far. I think I bought... I did. Some of these for the corner. Okay. Can we count this as tools? I think we can. Let's get this guy out of the way. And let's finish this puppy up. All right. It's been open here. There's a globby glue dot. I wonder if, interesting. Let's see. Sentiment on the rosette, blah, blah, blah. Now, how are we gonna... I'm hoping that'll stick. We'll put art glitter on the back just to make sure, but... I don't know, this might be a little questionable, guys. But let's just add a little here. Put this guy in here. Get in there. Get in there. Oh, well, it's full. It might take just a little to dry because it doesn't have a lot of space to get, or you know, a lot of area to get air, but we're gonna try. Worst case is it falls off, and then we put something else over it instead. This one's gonna need to set a while. I wouldn't be like, slap it on and hand it off. This one's gonna need to set for a bit to dry. But in the meantime, we're gonna keep messing with it because that's what we do. Let's see. Let's see if I can manage this. I've never used these before, I don't think. Coffee. There's the tweezers. There you are, tweezers. All right. Let's flip this over. And little ones will be okay, won't they? Well, we're gonna try. I don't know the rule of placement. If anybody knows, I'm sure that there's a particular way that you're supposed to do it, and I'm likely doing it wrong, but whatever. We just do what we do, man. We try. We try. You can't learn if you never try. Well, don't put it on upside down. God. Okay. Let's get this fella off. Seriously? There we go. Oh, that is very sticky. Okay, let's make sure we do this straight. At least straight-ish. Side to side, I think, is the most important. If it's a little higher on one side on the top than the bottom, I think that can be forgiven because you can be like, well, I offset it for a reason. But having it offset side to side is a little harder to explain. It seems to be sticking, guys. Look what we did. Look what we made. That's pretty fun, right? I never made cards before. Well, I think maybe I've made one or two, but not like this. This is fun. And then we're gonna can decide to do an envelope if we want. Could just make a little extra. But I think for today, I think we're gonna call that good. Thanks so much for hanging out. Thanks for being you guys. Leave me a comment. Say hello. Let me know what you want to see. Or just give a thumbs up and let me know you enjoyed this. So it helps me know what to do next. So I will catch all of you guys tomorrow for 15 Minute Friday. We'll see you then. Bye.